Do you expect the housing market to crash at all?
I don't think crash would be the right term, certainly not at this stage. For what it's worth, we are looking at the Case-Shiller Index to come out today. The last print was 15.8% in year-over-year terms. The consensus figure I have in front of me is 15%. I'm going to take the under on that. I think it's going to come in at 13.4% year-over-year. That's still very, very large year-over-year. We're talking double digits, but it's very clear that the index is cooling, both in terms of its growth rate and in terms of the index level itself.
Now, it's interest rates for sure, and we've even heard home builders basically reference that in kind of taking down some of the expectations for their future growth. Interest rates are a big part of this. It's also about whether or not people are putting houses for sale right now. Are you seeing signs in the housing market that people are still trying to get their houses sold, or is there just not a lot of activity given the fact that interest rates are so high and people are just not buying?
Right. Yeah, I think homeowners need more of an incentive to sell at this stage. I mean, certainly they're not going to get the kind of pricing execution that they would have had in the spring when the mortgage rate environment was more accommodative. Certainly with fears of recession, many people can look ahead and say, okay, well, if you end up with systemic job losses, that maybe you'll have some forced selling. And if that occurs in an environment that still has, very deleterious mortgage rates, you might see a faster cooling of home price appreciation than you do now.
Now, one of the other dynamics that's been pretty interesting to kind of watch play out, Brad, is this notion that homeowners in America might actually be better off today than they have been over the last 20 years when it comes to a potential downturn. And because of that, interest rates had provided them an opportunity to refinance at lower rates over the last several years. Do we feel as though the refinancing activity that we've seen over the last several years has made it so that we will not have as much of a possible downturn in the economy and the housing market, given the fact that people can actually hold up those payments, even if there's some financial stress involved?
Yeah, certainly for anybody that was a homeowner, say prior to 2020, right? They were able to refinance into low rates. For those millions of people who bought homes in the last several years, well, you had those cheap mortgages, low rates. They had to pay more for the asset, and we saw that in the home price appreciation. So those folks have almost certainly basically bid their payment to a high level such that the low rate is kind of meaningless because as a percentage of their monthly income, it's still, a large outlay for them. But by and large, I'd say, yeah, you do have a fair amount of homeowners who are now, by the fact that they have a low mortgage rate and a cheaper mortgage than they did when they entered their house, they're in a much better position than they otherwise might be, as long as they aren't looking to move.
Now, Brad, what if there's a scenario developing in the housing market where people do want to kind of think about moving around? Are they prohibited from doing so because they're in a home that they may be locked into a rate for over the last couple of years that's so attractive that they think if they want to buy another house and take on another loan, that it's going to cost that much more?
Yeah, I think that certainly would be a calculus, right? And not only that, they're going to be maybe selling their home at a higher price, but they also have to buy one at a higher price. And now they're going to go in with that higher mortgage rate, assuming that they're still using leverage. So, yeah, I think that will play into people's calculus. And just as we've looked at people working remotely because of the pandemic, we now may look at people needing to work remotely really because there's no incentive to move or they're not able to move.